Yeah.
Thank you. Over to the chair.
No, swap seats.
Members, if I could have your attention, please. The issue about the palms and replanting where the lollipops were very nice way. I've talked this afternoon to the director and to the head of service in relation to open spaces, and they are mindful that there probably won't be any holes for the palms to go in once the concrete and that is fully removed, and therefore they are saying that the planning, the condition on the planning consent, which requires the turn centre to be placed as was, needs to be done, and should we then want to do something after that, then they will take that into account. But because there's no, I've been told, I don't know, I'm just saying it, but because there appears to be no holes, I think there might have been a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Confusion. Confusion. No, there isn't confusion. No, it's just I don't know what's under there. I've been up this evening and had a look. You can't quite see, but where some of them are taken off, there's around it. It looks like tarmac, but it's not. It's probably loose stones, etc., etc. So that would need to come off, and then they need to grass it effectively. So my idea was not to proceed with this evening until we fully understand and know what Thanet District Council wants, and then that just gives us more time anyway then to say whether we're going to go ahead with it or not go ahead with it. Personally, in relation to the palms, the ones, my own opinion is that the ones that are naff, we should get rid of, and we should use the fully sturdy plants to maintain. That will save us money over time with them being dragged off to the garden place in Manston. But if we can get them planted somewhere, then I think that's something that I'm more than happy to work on with the officers of TDC to ensure that we can, whether we've got the final authority.
That's my view. The more we can get in the ground,
yeah,
it's better for the plants and cheaper for us.
Yeah.
Totally agree. So as it stands at the moment, members, my advice is to hold fire. Let's not approve anything this evening, and then we can always come back once we get a decision as to whether the CDC will allow us to do it. Go ahead.
I'm not making a decision this evening, but we just constantly talk about, putting trees up, and it just seems such a shame. Why do we have to have palms? Why can't we just have native coastal trees in those spaces and make it 4 trees in? It's a win, isn't it? Just four trees. Why are we doing palms the whole time? I never understand this thing.
Don't ask me. I'm just telling you.
Why have we got palms? Why can't we just have native trees?
There are tunnels.
The tunnels under there.
I haven't got.
But not where they were.
I haven't got a clue.
That's why they couldn't put
Make a lot of things. It would be interesting.
Councillor Crittenden, because she's
Two things.
town promoter.
I'll start by answering Councillor Makin's point. I understand, and the evidence will be in the next day or two, is that they dug up a lot and put some kind of hardcore in there to support the weight of the beacons, the concrete blocks, which means that it may not be 8 holes, it may be a trench or something like that. And I think actually we're right, we don't know exactly what is under there. So My understanding from having talked to the planning applications manager way back about the planning removal plan, sorry, the removal plan, management removal plan, the plan to get them out anyway, was that it should be restored as closely as possible to the original, what it was. So that hardcore should be coming out, leaving a hole, and then they've got to refill it. That was my understanding, but exactly what's under there, I think, I didn't watch them go in 2 years ago, so I don't know. So yeah, but that's partly an answer to that. But the other thing, the other comment was about the palms. Because we have increased our number of palms over the years, we've got to do something with them, because at the moment they are going to cost us the entirety of the beautification budget out of the town promotion budget, just for them to be maintained and watered and top planted. So we desperately need to get them in the ground somewhere, because this is actually costing us way more than, we could carry on keeping the palms, but then we have no other plantings anywhere. So we've got to get them in the ground somewhere, as you say, and they will be healthier. They will do much better once they're in the ground, and they'll be a lot easier to maintain. So, but yeah, we've got palms coming out of our ears.
I could just say that the meeting with the head of service, he said he was coming up to have a look here this afternoon to see exactly what the score is with it, and I have no doubt I've got an email when I get home. So
if they're going to grass it over, they only need about 6 inches in topsoil, so they could leave those pots, that compacted stuff they put in there. I guess it's cheaper for them.
well, see, I'll take advice off the head of service, and I'll come back to the town clerk, and then we can see what we can do. So, okay, members, you all right with that?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you. Thanks.